Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Von Scheller Family Experience. Ryan here. We're up here in Eagle Meadows at our family cabin. Such an amazing place. We love it up here. You can see Eagle Peak in the background. And we're out here on the deck. We're going to go over all of our hiking gear that I like to carry for day hikes. Got some great things here. You don't have to carry all of it, but it's just basically some suggestions. Little things to give you an idea of what you should carry for your day hike. So before we begin, make sure you hit like, make sure you leave us a comment, and of course all the items that I'm talking about here today you can find in the description below with links to Amazon. That way you guys can order the stuff up, get your day pack all set so you guys can get out on the hiking trail. So of course right now we're going to start with your feet. Your boots are probably one of the most important things next to water. I like the Keen boots. I've been using the Keen boots probably for 8 years now. Really happy with them. I probably get a new pair every couple of years. Next, you want to talk about socks. Find a pair of socks that really works with you. I've tried different pairs of socks. Some cause blisters, some just aren't comfortable. Got a nice wool pair. I also always carry an extra pair of socks with me and a beanie just in case it does get cold or my feet get wet or I just want to change out my socks for a fresh pair. Next I'm going to say is our backpack. Backpack is extremely important as well. I was using another backpack that was a less expensive backpack and I felt like it wasn't very comfortable, so I decided to spring for the Osprey Talon 22, which is highly recommended across Amazon and across YouTube. So I went with the Osprey Talon 22, and let me tell you, it is amazing. Very comfortable backpack. I did 19 miles with it up to Half Dome and back, and it was great. The other pack I was using on little 4 and 7 mile hikes, and my back was hurting, my shoulders were hurting, so it really does make a difference having a good pack. Inside the Talon 22 Osprey pack, I did go with the 3-liter bladder. We were prepping for doing Half Dome. Half Dome recommends you doing 4 liters of water, so I got the 3-liter and I carried about another liter with me. I definitely needed that, so I sprung for the 3-liter. The other nice thing about this pack is the mouthpiece is great, the Osprey bladder is separate. You do have to buy it separate, so you can buy a 2-liter, 3-liter. But I do like the mouthpiece on it. I like how you can disconnect it, just pull the bladder out, fill it, clean it, do what you got to do. It also has a great little magnet on it right here, so that magnet hooks right here to your strap, your chest strap. Just nice little quick magnet release, makes it nice and accessible for when you're on the trail and need some water. Next thing we're going to go to is some safety stuff. I do carry a 30-foot rope, some gloves, a figure 8 for rappelling, and a couple carabiners. Especially on the Half Dome hike, I carry that with me. You know, if someone slips and falls or something falls out, you drop your phone or something off over the edge, you've got a way to get down to it. So I do carry a little bit of rope gear. Next thing I'd like to talk about is, of course, snacks. I usually carry trail mix. I carry a couple granola bars, a couple Cliff bars, and that's just my backup. So this is always in my pack as a backup. Usually what I do is I pack my food for the day, depending on how big of a hike, how long of a hike we're going to be doing. And this stuff is kind of my backup, my reserve. So it's just kept in my pack in case I do run out of food, or maybe someone else runs out of food and I need to help them out on the trail and give them some granola bars. We're going to talk about the Garmin InReach Mini. This is a monthly subscription. You can get text messages out, you can send an SOS if you need help, if there's an emergency. They're about 14 bucks a month for the service. The cool thing is you can turn the service on and off bi-monthly, depending on, you know, if you're going to be hiking. Like I'm not going to be hiking next month, so I'm going to take this off. That way I don't have to pay the $14. But it's definitely nice having when you're in the backcountry hiking. If you have an emergency or you just want to check in with your significant other, you can send out a text anywhere in the world with the Garmin InReach Mini. Carrying a headlamp. This headlamp is my headlamp that I actually use for work. I'm going to get a lighter weight one because it's a little heavy for when I carry for hiking. It's got a rechargeable pack on it, but it is a nice headlamp. I've been really happy with it. So headlamp's definitely important. You can also carry a set of binoculars if you're into bird watching or just want to see across the canyon, you know, or any other wildlife. A set of binoculars is always nice to have. If you are carrying a lot of electronics, like I keep mentioning Half Dome because we just did it, carried a charger with me, cables. I forgot my watch charger, which was kind of important because our watch was tracking all of our movement and it died about the last 3 or 4 miles coming out. So I wish I would have had my watch charger with me. I could have charged it. Little tiny lightweight rechargeable battery pack that you can charge up your phone, charge up your camera, or any other electronics that you need to for the day. I also want to talk about being prepared for rain. We were up on the Relief Kennedy Trail and we had a little thunderstorm come in, and having a raincoat, this is actually a raincoat and pants. So if you really get into a thunderstorm or some rain, having a raincoat and possibly some pants, it's a cheap little kit, it's lightweight, but being prepared for those mountain thunderstorms that could happen any time of year. Even if you're down in the valley and you come up to the mountains, a lot of times you wouldn't even know it, being in the valley, that there are some thunderheads up here in the mountains. So make sure you do carry that. Here's all my survival gear. This is a basic survival kit. So you've got a flint stick here for starting fires. I do also carry matches in a little waterproof case. So I've got 2 forms to start fires. Nice little multi-tool. A saw chain for cutting a limb or cutting some branches if you need to get some firewood. A mirror for signaling. So if you've got a helicopter or a rescue that's coming in, or a plane, you can use that mirror to signal. This is also just kind of a little rescue blanket. It'll also signal because it's got the reflective material, and it's only a single use, but it is a good little thing to have in there. Whistle. These actually do work good. I was snowmobiling one time and we were trying to find someone, and they had a whistle. It was overcast and storming, and they were blowing their whistle, and that got my attention and I found them. So whistles do work. A compass, even though I do use my cell phone a lot, it's just nice to have a backup and have a compass and know how to use it. Some electrical tape or duct tape, some sort of tape is nice. I carry a few zip ties as well. Those can come in handy. Multi-tool, just a Leatherman or some sort of multi-tool. And of course, always a pocket knife. I do keep a pocket knife on me pretty much all the time. Pen and paper. It's nice to have a pen and paper. That way if you've got to leave someone a note, you've got that. The other end of this is for breaking glass. So good little tool. So that's kind of my basic little survival kit. The other thing that I like to carry too, of course, is a nice little flashlight. The Osprey pack has a nice little pocket right here for it, so it's handy. Just grab it when I need it, going inside a little cave or something like that. We actually used it up on our hike from Kennedy to Relief. My Garmin fits right there. And we're going to talk first aid. First aid kit, it's good to have a nice first aid kit. This is just a nice little kit on Amazon. Kind of has your basics in it. Tape, bandages, band-aids, tweezers, you know, everything you need for just a nice little first aid kit. I carry a few extra things, some Advil, an extra roll of tape, and another ace bandage. I carry hot hands. This is nice, so if you're hiking, it's cold, you need to warm up, warm your hands, put them in your boots. And then this is another survival blanket. It's a 2-person survival blanket that I carry with me. That pack actually goes in my snowmobile backpack too. So a lot of this stuff I transfer over when I'm snowmobiling in the winter. So we talked about water in the pack, carrying 3 liters in your backpack and enough water for the day. But if you don't, there's a couple things you can do. I carry 2 systems. I carry just a basic survival straw. This is something you can just walk up to the creek, just suck water out, drink some water. Or you can do the pumps, or you can put water in a bag, pump it out, and pump it into your bladder, pump it into a water bottle. But it's definitely nice to have one of these, both of these. That way you can filter the water up in the mountains, because you don't want to really drink directly out of the creeks. Having some toilet paper just for going to the bathroom. It's just nice to have in your pack. It's light, worth carrying. I always carry my cell phone. I use a couple different apps. I of course use the app that goes with the Garmin, and I also use the AllTrails app. The AllTrails app is an excellent app for tracking, recommending trails. It does have an SOS button, but I use it for tracking. I like the tracking on it actually better than the Garmin because it actually tracks your trail, and Garmin kind of does waypoints, so it's a little bit different. But having your cell phone for emergencies, for taking photos and tracking, all of that, it's good to have your phone, and make sure you bring a charger for that. A good case on it as well, just to protect it. Also, you always want to carry a hat, either a big sun hat, something for sun protection, sunglasses, just to protect your eyes, especially if you're out there in the snow at all hiking. You don't want to get that glare off the snow. Make sure you do have a hat and sunglasses just to be prepared. I also like to carry just a few little essentials for the elements. So some off spray for bugs, some bug repellent, little sunscreen spray, and here's some sunscreen lotion, and of course chapstick. Don't want to forget chapstick, and all of those just to protect your skin, protect yourself. The next thing I recommend is a GoPro. It's always great to capture those moments, capture that hike. So carry a GoPro. I've got the GoPro 7 I'm using right now. I've been really happy with it. You can check out the other video on the GoPro 7 on how I got it set up, and I carry that with me all the time. One last and final thing to carry for those of you in bear country, mountain lion country, there's definitely bear sprays that you can carry. We do recommend doing that if you are out in the backcountry where you do have a bear problem, grizzly country, things like that. I don't have any bear spray with me right now. Depending on where I'm hiking, what I'm doing, I will carry actually a firearm. I actually carry a Smith & Wesson 40. It's the Shield. I do have my concealed carry permit, so this is what I like to carry sometimes when I'm out hiking. Gives me a little protection. That way if I do come across a bear, I can scare him off with a shot. But guns aren't for everybody, so if it's not your thing, definitely carry some bear spray or some other protection in case you come across an animal that is a little bit aggressive. Even like wolf and coyote country, those can get a little aggressive as well. So this is just a overview of what I carry in my pack. It's not necessarily what you have to carry in your pack, but it's kind of my essentials. Like I said, it depends on the hike that I'm doing on what I carry. Some of the stuff I carry in my snowmobile gear, and but this is kind of my essentials for a day hike. Again, check it out on Amazon. All the links are below in the description. So get out and hike, get out and enjoy the outdoors, and have fun. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down at the bottom. Let us know what you like to carry in your pack, maybe what you recommend, some of your favorite items, and hope to see you out there on the trails.